Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu Muhammad, wa matabi'ahu ala sunnah, alhamdulillah. Here in this lesson, we're going to be speaking about inna wa akhawatuha, inna and its sisters. So first and foremost, inna means verily, indeed, comes a lot in the Quran, inna Allah ghafur rahim, for example. And inna has certain sisters. Now, what is special about inna and its sisters? Well, they're a group of 6 huruf. They're a group of 6 huruf, so 6 particles. They have different meanings. So inna and its sisters, they have different meanings. But the reason why they're sisters is because they do the same action. They do the same action. So what is the action that they all do? The action of inna wa akhawatuha is this. When they enter into a nominal sentence, so a sentence that starts with an ism, like Muhammadun Kabirun and Allahu Rahimun, when they enter into a nominal sentence, 2 changes occur. The first change is that the mubtada, the subject of the sentence, becomes mansoob, fatha at the end, and it's called ismu inna. And the second change that happens is that the khabar becomes khabaru inna. And the example, inshallah, should make it clear. So, here's an example. We have Allahu Rahimun. Allahu Rahimun is a nominal sentence. Why? Because it starts with an ism. The ism is Allah, and Allah is the mubtada. So it's marfu' and it's a subject. The mubtada, the subject, always needs a khabar, a predicate, which is a rahimun here. The news, the information I'm trying to give is that Allah is rahimun, merciful. So Allah is the mubtada and it's marfu', has a dhamma at the end, and the rahimun is a khabar and it's marfu' and has a dhamma at the end. So now, when inna is going to come into the sentence, 2 changes are going to occur. The first thing is that Allahu is going to become Allah with a fatha at the end, mansoob. And Rahimun is not going to be called khabar anymore. It's going to be called khabaru inna. So inna is harfu tawkid. Tawkid means emphasis. So inna is a particle of emphasis. And it's translated as verily or indeed. Inna Allah, Allah is ismu inna. It's not mubtada anymore. It's ismu inna and it's mansoob. It has to be mansoob. And Rahimun is khabaru inna and has a dhamma and it's marfu'. So I cannot say inna Allahu rahimun. That would be a mistake. Because Allah is the ismu inna, it comes after inna and it needs to be mansoob. So it has to be Allah, it can never be Allahi or Allahu in this example. So that's what's meant here when we say that when inna or any of its sisters, and we're going to cover the sisters of inna, when they enter into a nominal sentence, 2 changes occur. The mubtada becomes mansoob and it's called ismu inna, and the khabar becomes khabaru inna. Now, if it's not inna, but rather it's one of its other sisters, then it will have the respective name. So let's see an example of the sisters of inna. So we covered that there are 6. So inna wa akhawatuha. This is a graph, if you will, or a table that breaks it down. The first particle, of course, is inna, which means verily. Now, the grammatical term for inna is harfu tawkid, but the grammatical terms are not important for us right now for you to remember anything along those lines. But anyhow, it's called harfu tawkid, particle of emphasis. And it means verily. That's how you translate it. So, for example, Allah says, Inna Allaha ghafurur rahim. So inna will be translated as verily, and Allah is mansoob, it's ismu inna, or ghafurun is khabaru inna. There's, from the sisters of inna is anna. Anna is harfu masdariyat wa tawkid. Harfu masdariyat wa tawkid. The grammatical term again is not that important. The most important thing is to understand that anna means that. Anna is translated as that. فَاعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Know annahu, that. So anna here will be translated as that. لَعَلَّ is harfu taraji or al-ishfaq. So لَعَلَّ can mean hope or fear depending on the context. لَعَلَّ is a particle that can mean hope or fear depending on the context. So if I say, for example, لَعَلَّ الطَّالِبَ يَنْجَحْ, it means it's hope the student will succeed. The context lets me know that when I'm saying yanjah here, it means succeed. And I'm trying to say, it's hoped that the student will succeed. On the other hand, if I say la'ana taliba yarusub, yarusub means to fail, here the context lets me know that la'alla means it's feared the student will fail. Because obviously it's not hope that a student would fail. So the context is what's going to let you know what la'alla means. Now in the Quran, la'alla pretty much always, if not most of the time, means hope. Means hope. لعلكم تفلحون لعلكم تعقلون لعلكم تذكرون إلى الآخر. Later is حرف التمني. It means wish or hope. But I'd say wish is better. So Allah says in the Quran, يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي. The kafir will say on the judgment, on the day of judgment. The kafir will say on the day of judgment, I wish I had done something good for my life. So ya laytani, I wish I qaddamtu li hayati, had done something for my life. So that is what layta means. Now كأن can mean like or think depending on the context. So I say for example كأن محمدا أسد. Muhammad is like a lion. But if I say كأنك مدرس, this could mean I think you're a teacher. So كأن based on the context, just like لعل can mean like or think. And then the final sister of inna is لكن, which means but. محمد ذكي. Muhammad is smart. لكنه كسلان. But he is lazy. But he is lazy. Or but lazy, if you will. So لكن is translated as but. So all of these particles here, أن, لعل, ليت, كأن, and لكن, the common thing that makes them sisters of inna is that they do the same action. They're going to make what was originally the mubtada mansub and is going to become ismu anna or ismu la'alla or ismu layta or whatever the name may be. And the khabar is going to become khabaru anna or khabaru la'alla or khabaru layta or khabaru ka'anna or khabaru lakinna. So la'alla taliba here is mansub because it's ismu la'alla. كأن محمدا أسد. محمده is اسم كأن, so it's mansub, and أسد is خبر كأن, so it's مرفوع. So this is inna and its sisters in a very brief sense. So the most important thing to understand is that the words that are going to come, the isms, the nouns that are going to come after these particles here are going to be mansub, Allah, al-taliba, Muhammadan, right? And this is pretty much their meanings, right? They have different meanings. Remember those meanings and understand them, and you should be fine. As far as the technical terms, the technical grammatical terms, those are not very important for us, but they're good to know for later on in further studies. So I hope inna wa akhawatuha is clear.